Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video, and it's a very exciting one because today we have a Golf 8 on a test, as you can see. So here's the new key that I have. It's a gloss black with some chrome parts on the sides. You also have the physical key here if you need it. And this is the style package, so top trim currently in Croatia, and also this car has the 150 horsepower diesel. But let's kick things off with the exterior design of this car. So look at this sharp looking front, definitely the biggest change compared to the predecessor. Look at the lines going from one side to another. Very cool looking car. Tell me in the comments, what do you guys think about this front? So let's check out all the elements here. First of all, the bumper. This is the special bumper on the style version. If you go for the Life, which is the base trim, then you get a bit of a different bumper. And then there will also be an R design version, which has probably even more aggressive, I would say it's more aggressive design of the bumper. But let me show you this. So these are actually in the same color as the body of the car, and I would personally go for the black car, which would mean that this is black in that case. Moving on, we have a new light. So the LED technology now comes as standard on the new Golf, and these are the optional matrix LEDs, and Volkswagen calls them the IQ lights. As you can see here, the name. So these are the daytime running LEDs. They go from here all the way to here, and then they stop here. And if you turn on the indicators, they go from here and then this. So this daytime running LED becomes the indicator, and this is also the indicator. The lights are connected with this chrome line, and actually on the GTE and GTI, this chrome line is actually illuminated. Looks very cool, but here it isn't, unfortunately, but still looks very nice. Let me show you the car from this angle. So very sharp design, I must say. And let me mention also one thing that is important actually. This is the new logo. I don't know if you can spot the difference. This is more like a retro, it's also two-dimensional. Volkswagen claims it's their logo for the digital age, and basically they introduced it with the ID3 on the world premiere in Frankfurt. And yeah, now we have it also on the new Golf, and it will be on all the upcoming Volkswagen models. Let me show you the car from this angle. So the car sits on the MQB platform. It is around 3 centimeters longer than the predecessor. And let me show you one thing that is very important here. Look at the shape of the hood. It's very sharp and very aggressive looking, but also very aerodynamic, because we have improved aerodynamics on this one, and you can clearly see it with this narrow front hood. Also on the style package, you get this chrome part which says style. If you go for the Live trim, then you won't have anything here. This particular model has the optional 18-inch wheels, like a diamond cut finish, beautiful design. I think they would be my choice for this car because the smoothness of the drive is still very good, even though this car has these 18-inch wheels. So I will personally go for those. And tell me in the comments, what do you guys think about those? So style package comes with 17-inch as standard, and then on the base trim you get 16-inch. And here from this angle, I think it looks similar to the predecessor. You can see the massive C-pillar, which is a trademark sign of the Golf. One detail that I need to mention also is this, look. So you have the Volkswagen lettering on the pillars. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it, I think. And then let me also show you these mirrors. They actually have a very interesting design. Let me just unlock the car once again. So you do have the projector here. You will see that on a night point of view drive. And then you also have this like aerodynamic elements. I don't know if you can spot them here and also here. Then this small window, fixed one, is here. When you open the door, this doesn't open. But then you have great visibility thanks to this. Moving on, this car has a few options of suspensions. So you have the standard one, then you have the sport one, lowers the car by 15 millimeters. And then the best option, but also the most expensive, is dynamic chassis control with adaptive dampers. But let's now move on to the rear of the car. There you have it. So what do you guys think about this? I would say at the rear there are less changes compared to the predecessor than on the front. So you have new LED lights. I love the shape of those, especially during the night. Once again, IQ light. And then you also now have the lettering with the new logo. So new logo is here, and then you have the Golf lettering in here. Of course, classic wiper. And then you also have this cool roof spoiler. Overall, pretty sharp design. And let's see the bumper. Unfortunately, can we even call these the fake exhausts? They come with the style package. So if you go for the live trim, then you don't get this, you just get the plastic part, and then the real exhaust is here. You see it, but we don't see it from this angle. But that's a new trend. There's nothing that we can do. Probably preparing all of us for the electric cars, let's say it like that. And since we are here, let's open the trunk. You open it like this, and you are greeted with exactly the same amount of space as on the Golf 7, but also on the Seat Leon, the new one, and also the new Audi A3 Sportback. So you do have the dual floor. You do have a spare wheel inside, and let's try and put this to lower position. I just did. So as you can see, I've put it to lower position. Now it's really deep, and you can also fold the seats 60/40. You also have the ski box, and you can, I believe, open it from here, I think, or maybe not. You can. Okay, great. So ski box, and then you have the hooks for your shopping bags, and you can also, let me just, okay, wait a second, let's go back to the, okay, now the floor is on the upper floor, and let's see if we can do this. We can. As you can see, very convenient. And now you can put some extra things here, maybe over there. And you do have a spare wheel. It's actually 18-inch one, so a real spare tire here. So big thumb up for that. It's not often you see that on modern day cars. And then you also have some extra storage on these side pockets. When you fold the seats, you get more than 1,200 liters, and you get more than on the predecessor, so that is an improvement. And also here is where you can also put some of the things, because it's a large section in here. So tell me guys, what do you think about the design of this thing? And if you are wondering about the color of this particular model, it's called lime green metallic. It's a cool color, definitely stands out in the crowds, in the traffic. And there are actually 9 colors available, so a bunch of choice for the customers. And since we are here, let's also talk about the rear suspension. It's a very important thing, because this car has 150 horsepower diesel, which means it has the multi-link at the back. Now if you go for the lower trims, I mean less powerful versions, so 115, 116 horsepower petrol and diesels, then you will get the torsion beam. So have that in mind. If you go for 150, then it's multi-link. Of course, everything above 150 also multi-link, but below 150 it's torsion beam. So have that in mind. And let's also do another walk around the car. I think overall really good design. We are not used to seeing Volkswagen do crazy design changes, but on this one they really did a lot of new things. Let me also show you from this angle. So yeah, now it's time to enter the car and see what it has to offer in terms of interior, and it's a lot, believe me. Alright, stepping inside, the car is now locked. I have the key here, I will put it in my pocket, but this car has the keyless entry. As you can see, I just press this and the car unlocks. very convenient and very easy to use. Now, materials are really good. As you can see here, everything is soft, and then this is plastic, but it's soft. And then you have the classic aluminum door handle, lock and unlock button. Then here are the buttons for your mirrors and also for your windows. The door pockets actually have the carpets. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it now, okay? And they're actually very, very large. You can fit a large bottle in here. And then moving on to this, here is where all the changes happened, real digitalization. Let's start actually with the seats. These are the, as you can see, Ergo Active seats, special seats. I would recommend you to go for these as they are extremely comfortable. I've been driving for 4 hours now and they're actually really, really comfortable. They also hold you in one position, so you get the best from both worlds. They are electrically adjusted, as you can see here. And then you have the different positions that it can remember. But very also nice design. Look at this shape. So this is the Alcantara, and then here you have the cloth. Very, very nice design. I love those. Then moving on, we have a new steering wheel, as you can see, with aluminium and gloss black elements here. Of course, a bunch of buttons here for changing of your digital cockpit and all the functions that you have. This is also something new, something that is going to be a new trend. This is the digital panel for the lights, and you actually switch between different modes, not driving modes, modes for the lights. And now we have the automatic. Then you can turn on the classic lights and daytime running LEDs here. These are for your fog lights, front and rear, and then this is the maximum blow. So yeah, this is where the air vent is hidden. And let's actually now jump inside and let me show you all the details when I start the car, and you will see the new infotainment and everything. Alright, so this is it, the new digital layout of the car. As you can see, looking very, very nice. But let's start with starting the car with this button, start engine. And it comes to life. Digital cockpit in front of me is standard, and then this comes with the style package, but on the regular one the base trim gets a bit smaller screen, 8.25 inch, and then this is 10.25 inch screen. And let me show you the menu. So this is the main menu, new infotainment system, and then you can also get this home screen, or you can have different things here in front of you. Vehicle settings. We will go through the whole thing with the infotainment in a moment. Let me just start with this layout. So driver cockpit in front of us is digital, of course, as I said, standard, and then you have different views available. You change them with this button. You can have the navigation, you can have this minimalistic look. Then you can also have this classic cluster. So those 3 or 4 actually views are available. Let's put the classic one, and then I'll also show you. It's very easy to use actually. On some cars you need to adjust to it, but here it's very convenient and very easy. You will get used to it in a very short period. So this is for your right cluster. And then by physical buttons, you change different things that you want here. Let's say we want navigation here. Okay, we don't have the route guidance. We will put something else. Let's put the fuel gauge. There you have it, fuel gauge is there. And then if you want to change on your left cluster, and then this is where you can change that. Can put the AdBlue range, for example, or assistance systems, stuff like that. And then also in the middle you can also change the views that you have just by pressing this. So a lot to choose from. for example, what I noticed is that on the new Skoda Octavia, you can't change this middle row, and here you can do it. You can press this and different things you have in front of you. And then here are some, of course, also physical buttons for the volume, then for the voice command, for the views, adaptive cruise control controls. So yeah, a lot to choose from. And then, of course, here are your indicators. Cool sound of the indicators. And of course, here you have the flappy pedals, because this car has the 7-speed DSG automatic transmission. And look at this gear lever, looks like it came from a museum. Uses the shift by wire technology. As you can see, whether we are in neutral, drive or reverse, it's always in the same position. So yeah, it's really a cool thing. And then here you have the electronic parking brake. Actually, here is the electronic parking brake. This is where you put it to park, of course. And then here is the button for the auto hold. Adjustable cup holder. And then I don't like the fact that there is no roller here. I think it would look nicer if there was a roller here. So that's a minus from me. Then here is where you can wirelessly charge your phone. And then we are coming to this. Actually, for example, now it's starting to be a bit too cold inside. So let's turn this off. And here is where you control the AC. You can also turn it off if you want. Let's go back to the main menu, and then we'll go through all of the functions that are available. But before that, let me also show you this digital panel, which are basically few shortcuts for the driver assists, for the AC, which we saw, and then also parking menu. This is to show you the sensors. So those are the shortcuts. Air vents are here, close and open. And then here you have some storage space, but unfortunately no USB-C, USB, nothing is here, so just storage space. You do have a 12-volt outlet in here, and then here you have two USB-C ports. Now unfortunately I can't find the USB port. At the back you have additional two USB-C ports. I will show you that later on. And for example, I want to charge my GoPro now, but I can't because there are only USB-C ports and I have the standard A port. So yeah, this is the glove box, pretty standard. And then I love this, looks like a brushed aluminum element, looking very nice. Also, this is very soft. I don't know if you can see it, but when I'm pressing it, this is really good quality, and thumb up for Volkswagen for using that. Yeah, door pockets once again huge, beautiful seats, also very comfortable. And let us now start with the infotainment tour. So first of all, telephone. You can of course pair your phone and then have all the calls and everything. They go through the system of the car. Then you also have the radio. These are the stations. As you can see, this is very responsive. Back you can also have the media here, Bluetooth or something like that. Navigation, this is the map. You can have, it's very responsive. It's got the 3D shape of the buildings, so look, really cool. I will also show you this on a night point of view drive. And then you can also get the map in just a second, the night mode. And then when you press the night mode, this also goes to night mode. So I will probably drive with the night mode on a night point of view drive, and then you will be able to see this better. But yeah, really cool thing. Let's go back to day. Let's go back to the main menu. Now we have the vehicle settings. Bunch of things that you can adjust here. First of all, start, stop, off. We will now press this. I always press this. I don't use the start stop system. And then service, of course, this can tell you when is your oil change or stuff like that. it will tell you, so you don't need to worry about that. Tire pressure, you can also reset this sensor just like on other cars. And then let's go back to the vehicle. So those were the exterior, some of the major things. And then you also have the special things like this comfort lights. You can coming home function, how much you want it to last. You can put it to 15 seconds. And then mirrors, you can put whether you want them to lower in reverse gear, fold when locking. We will put this on, of course, it's convenient. Headlights, dynamic light assist, dynamic cornering light, so those are the matrix LEDs and all the functions that they have. And of course you want all this to be on. And then also if you go on a road trip in UK, then you can adjust this also. Tires, we already went there. So that's it. Let's go to the interior. You have the cockpit and the lighting. Eco tips. Now they are turned on, but they are not as cool as you think. I had a bunch of them during my drive now. So yeah, you can turn them on if you want low consumption, but this car will have low consumption whether you drive it with care or whether you drive it like a normal driving style without taking too much care of the consumption itself. You will still get very good numbers. For example, my drive now was around 5.5 liters, which was really good. So those were the cockpit things. And then interior lighting, let's put it to maximum, and you can have also the dark mode for this screen. And then the seats, convenient entry, so when you stop the car and when you want to go out, the seat goes down and the seat reverses, and then when you enter the car it comes back to your position. But I don't want that right now, but you can do it. And interior lighting, once again, put it to maximum. So those were the car things. All right, let's go back. App Connect, you can pair your phone with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so that's convenient. Users, you can have different users and different settings. Sound, this car has the standard speakers, but you can also get the Canton, that's an option. And here you change the focus, the volume, and sound settings. Shop, this is, I think, not available currently, but this is the future of the car industry. You will be able to shop for different things that maybe the previous owner didn't buy, or that you didn't buy when you were buying the car, but you want them later on. So we'll see how this go. Then the background lighting, this is very cool. Look at this. So let's go back to this kind of view, for example, like this. And then when you change this, everything changes. So the whole layout of the car, this will look especially cool during the night. I will show you, of course, in a night point of view drive. There are actually a few themes, and you can also individually set this up. Let me show you this. And then, for example, when you put this to red, like this, for example, okay, like this, for example, then when you go back to the main menu, everything is red. So it's here. And then also, if we put this, you will see that the ambient lights are also red. You see them, they're very good now, but you will see them perfectly during the night point of view drive. And there are actually various options available in terms of the background lighting. You can, for example, put this to green, and then everything is green in here. And then the second color can be blue, for example. And now you see this is in blue, and lights down there are also blue. So a lot to choose from. Let's put it back to desire. This is my favorite mode. And then you change the brightness. I adjusted the brightness to maximum. You can also turn this off if you don't like it. Some people say, I don't know, it bothers them during the night, so they can turn it off. Let's go to the settings screen. You can have brightness in various modes. Touchscreen tone. Now you have the touchscreen tone. I don't know, I think it sounds good. I will keep it. Additional languages that are available, units. If you go to the UK, you put the miles per hour. Distance also can be in miles. Temperature, Fahrenheit. Volume, fuel consumption, stuff like that. So let's actually go here. Settings, some information, assist systems. So this car has the front assist, which basically means it can brake for you. Emergency braking is available. So in case you don't see something, first of all, it will warn you, and then it will brake if you don't notice something or someone, stuff like that. So it's really important to have those kind of equipment. It can really save lives. And then here you adjust how you want it to work. So you want warning early, medium, late, or off. Probably best is medium option, but you can also put it to late if you are confident. But yeah, display distance warning on or off, swerve support on and off. Let's go to this. So this is the side assist, and then you can activate it or deactivate it. Can be also useful. Driver alert system is now not active, but let's put it to active. Also, one thing that I need to mention is the blind spot monitor, and then you have the illumination on your mirror. I will demonstrate that in a point of view drive. Let's go back. So those are the things from the infotainment system. Now I'm sure you want to know, what is this? This is the slider for the volume, and then this is the slider, or you can do it like this, or you can press it for the AC, for the temperature actually, not the AC. For the AC you need to go, as I said, here, and then you adjust it. You can put it to auto, and then you also have the air care. This car has the special filters, and then you get the best possible air, so thumb up for that. Smart climate, there are actually some shortcuts, since I think even Volkswagen knows that this is a bit of complicated thing to do. So for example, you enter the car and your feet are cold, or you want I don't know, your feet are hot. You have some of the shortcuts here. For example, warm my feet. Okay, this is not available. It's probably because it's 31 degrees outside. Okay, so cool my feet, and now it starts to cool this section here. So yeah, a bunch of things available here. This car also has the heating of the seats, but I'm gonna turn that off, since, as I said, it's 31 degrees outside. Let's go back to classic climate. I mean, it takes time to get used to this, but probably it's best to keep it on the automatic, or I mean, you can always change the temperature here, but in order to change the air blower, once again, for example, if you are driving, there are two steps that you need to do. Press Klima, and then this. So yeah, tell me in the comments, what do you guys think about this new infotainment? This is the home screen. So bunch of information is available here. Their engineers, Volkswagen engineers, they did a great job, and they really put a lot of effort and work into this system, as it's one of the highlights of this new 8th generation model. So yeah, now that we saw all of this, let me show you also. Here you have sun visor and nice LED light. Then here are also LEDs. SOS button, LED. So yeah, overall very nice looking interior. And now it's time to check out the space at the back. So let's check out the space at the back. First of all, great angle of opening. Materials here are good, but then here of course some plastic as expected. I mean, all manufacturers use less quality of materials at the back, but still it's convenient, it's nice, not that bad. Then here you have some storage space, but also here, look, you can put, for example, a mobile phone in there. And then let me show you this. So you have the air vents. In here you can control the temperature on those buttons, and then here there are two USB-Cs hidden. So yeah, but all of them are USB-Cs. That's, I don't know what to say. Interesting thing is that here you also have the carpeting. So let's check it out. On 1.87 m, let's actually turn on these LEDs. On 1.87 m, and yeah, this is solid. This is solid for my head. For my knees, I do have some space. So yeah, this is really, I can be comfortable here even on a longer trip. And then this main bridge, let's open the door for more lighting. Main bridge is, well, it's high, but the third person can also sit here, not on a long road trip, but for a shorter drive without any problems. Then this is the view you have on the front. This is all very nice. Here you can actually see very well the clean lines of the interior. Everything is just so clean, not many buttons. Very, very nice in terms of the styling. Additional thing that I need to show you. So you can put your hand here, enjoy, relax, and put a bottle in here, as there are like 3 cup holders, but actually 2, I would say. And then here you can put some smaller things. So yeah. And now it's time to show you the engine. You pull this. All right, and I will come to you in a moment. Okay, so this is the engine, and as you can see, I had to put this on because this car unfortunately doesn't have hydraulic struts. It's a bit weird because, as you know, the new Skoda Octavia 4 does have them, so it's a bit unusual from Volkswagen Group to do this. Skoda has it and Volkswagen doesn't have it, so that's a bit weird, but it is what it is. This is the engine, 2-liter diesel, 150 horsepower, very, very efficient. And yeah, well, that's about it. Here is where you put the washer fluid, and that's probably the thing that you will do by yourself, and then the rest will be handled in the official service. Now, you must know that there are actually various engines available, not just diesel models. So diesel, you have the 2-liter producing 150. There is also less powerful version of a 2-liter diesel available. It's got 115 horsepower. And then if you want the petrol version, you have 1-liter TSI and 1.5-liter TSI from 110 to 150 currently, but there will also be a 2-liter TSI, and that engine will also be in the upcoming Golf 8 GTI and Golf 8R, and I'm looking forward to those models Also, there are actually additional engines available in addition to the petrol and diesel engines. So there are actually mild hybrid ones with the small electric system, which makes the engine and the car more efficient. So that's really a new trend, I think, and more cars will get those, because then your car is more efficient and also it lowers the emissions and stuff like that. So it can also be better in terms of pricing, because we pay higher taxes on the CO2 emissions and stuff like that. And then there will be a plug-in hybrid of this car. There will also be a GTE 245 horsepower hybrid. And then if you want full electric car, that's not the case with the Golf, because we have the ID.3, Volkswagen has actually. So this is the alternative if you want a full electric car, and then you go for the ID.3. So tell me in the comments, which engine would you choose? This is a very good choice, I would say, 150 diesel, because consumption is low and you get a lot of torque, a lot of power. But I'll probably go for the 150 horsepower petrol, or probably mild hybrid 150 horsepower. Tell me in the comments which engine would you choose and why. Prices of this car on Croatian market starts from 165,000 kunas. The euro amount will be somewhere here, and then also I will put the exact price of this model that you see in the video. This is of course fully packed style with the powerful engine and all the equipment that is also extra. Some of the things such as these wheels and IQ matrix LEDs. So what do you guys think about this car? Let me do a final walk around and then we'll conclude this review. I will also go for a point of view drive now, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And that's about it. There will be a link to the official price list here in Croatia, and also for the configurator, so you can configure your dream spec. Tell me in the comments what would that be, and thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.